For many years, I tried to basically stay small, make my films, do my radio show. But it grew and grew and grew. Think about how a money bomb that listeners started 4 years ago led to us being able to move into this bigger office. A later money bomb helped us expand into the empty warehouse next door. And in the last year, we have built the TV studios and put the equipment in and are now doing a nightly news show every night at 7 o'clock that we're now beta testing and getting ready for television. Right now going out to members at prisonplanet.tv and then reaching millions as it spills out onto YouTube and other systems. Help us go to the next level. Not reaching 15 million a week, but reaching 30, 40, 50 million a week. Our growth curve is exponential, but we need to hit our afterburners and turbocharge. History is happening now. The war for human liberty against total dehumanization is on now. Join us Thursday, November 3rd at Infowars.com. We're going to have a 24-hour plus live transmission with guests and interviews starting at 11 a.m. and running into my next radio show the next day. We're going to have a huge lineup of liberty-loving patriots from all over the world joining us. It's going to be amazing. And this money bomb is going to have a lot of new things added to it that's going to make it even more powerful than past years. So please donate at InfoWarsMoneyBomb.com or Infowars.com/moneybomb, or simply spread the word about the money bomb. Stand with Infowars.com and my incredible crew and all of our other supporters and help us get the word out even more. The ball is in your court. The rest is up to you. It's Infowars Money Bomb 2011, November 3rd. It kicks off 11 a.m. Visit the website at InfoWarsMoneyBomb.com, Infowars.com/moneybomb. Thank you for joining us on this special Halloween or Samhain, High Satanic Holy Day. Yes, we're live. We're not out celebrating while the other little ghouls and goblins with their lesser magic basically manifesting the occult takeover for the Illuminati. We are here fighting the New World Order, but it is Samhain, the night before All Saints' Day. And if you go back more than 3,000 years, the Druids sacrificed men, women, and children all over what is Western Europe and the UK today. And that's not Alex Jones or Fritz Springmeier, our guest who's coming up in a moment. That's Encyclopedia Britannica. That's the history. That's the facts. And the question is, why is this a holiday that has been made popular? It wasn't even exercised or basically observed in this country until the 1950s, when television made it popular and cute and funny. But the iconography, the symbolism is just amazing. Now, Fritz Springmeier, an amazing author, researcher, West Point grad, patriot, who was a guest of mine, a person I met several times, really is a person who led a very upstanding life, no criminal record, and they set him up 8+ years ago and put him in prison for bank robbery, literally with paid informants and others putting him under the jail. And Fritz had been raided. Fritz was getting harassed right before all this happened because he was really exposing the Illuminati. Now, we talked for over an hour today on the radio about that. It's posted here at prisonplanet.tv. It'll be posted at our YouTube channel for the general public to inform them and edify them. But now, in the next 20 minutes or so, I want to just focus, and by the way, I'm springing this on him because, pun intended, because right as we were about to interview him, I thought, wait, it's Halloween. Weird that we're first able to talk now on Halloween, and I know he's an expert on the Illuminati, the Satanism, the occult, so why not get him to start out talking about that and then looking at the end game, the motives of the globalist. He, of course, in fact, guys, it's in my office if somebody will go grab it. It's Bloodlines of the Illuminati. In fact, bring it to me now. They actually have it. I want to show it to people. This is the book that we sell at Infowars.com. He's just gotten out of prison, and in the near future, he'll be selling all of his books again. But I asked him on the radio today, where's the best place to get it? And he said, Infowars.com, because that's basically how they're operating right now. But this book is amazing. And I've told the story 10 years ago when I first read this. I really had trouble believing a lot of it, even though a lot of it I knew was true and I'd already documented it. But separately, since then, in my own research and going back to the Bohemian Grove and infiltrating again, I realized that I really have to accept this book as being the closest thing to reality I found concerning who and what the Illuminati are and what they're into. And I just have to absolutely praise and hail the incredible research of Fritz Springmeier. So I've put the preface out there. I'm going to try not to interrupt him, but he gets my brain burning with awakening and understanding. We turn to Fritz Springmeier. Fritz, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, and hello to you and all of your listeners out there.
You heard my intro. Halloween, what's its history, what's it all about, and why did Madison Avenue popularize it in the 50s with the Monster Mash and the rest of it? What's it really all about?
Wow, you hit it in a nutshell right there with the few words that you said. You know, it's an ancient satanic practice. People might say that the Druids weren't satanic, but their rituals definitely are what we would define as satanic. Those of us who are Christians and understand what the Word of God says, the Word tells us that the whole world lies in the power of the evil one. There's an evil power, the Bible names it as Satan, and controlling the world. And so with that understanding, if you understand that there's this force that is manipulating people, you then understand that the agenda that they're working is a satanic agenda. I know this is difficult for a lot of people to accept. Some people say, well, that's just your theory. It's not my theory. It's not my opinion. These people actually worship Satan in secret. Worshipping Satan is satanic. I don't care. You know, one can live in their own la land and pretend that that's not Satanism, but it's Satanism. And Halloween is a satanic holiday, and you'll notice that it's connected with all this death. You know, spiders and spider webs and skeletons, and the whole theme is death. You know, where we are from the kingdom of life. And it's promoted because that's deep down what motivates these people that run this planet. Even if Satan hadn't set them up and put them in positions of power, they would have to become Satanists just simply because, as so many people have pointed out, theology follows morality. In other words, what your morality is, what you do, you're going to look for a religion to justify it. And these people, the things they do to their fellow man, even though they consider the rest of us like ants, what they do is so heinous that they would have to become Satanists to justify it on that basis alone. So they're bringing into the world something they're bringing their practices in. There was a book written by Alice Bailey, and it's externalization of the hierarchy. And in that book, she says the things that were done in secret in the occult world are now going to be externalized. And that's what we see with Halloween. These practices were secret in the occult, in the covens, and now all of this stuff is being externalized into mainstream America.
Well, Fritz, I've also noticed that whenever I talk about this stuff, I mean, 16, 17 years ago when I was just waking up and getting on air, I didn't cover these issues. And it was listeners that kept documenting all this for me and saying, you ought to go to Bohemian Grove. So I successfully snuck in. I didn't think that would actually be happening there. Then they said, oh, they're just having fun. It's a joke. I was in the crowd of over 1,500 men watching the ritual. They were grinding their teeth. They were in a religious fervor. I tried to talk. Mike Hansen did. Like, ooh, that's neat. And they would growl at him with hisses. I mean, I've been in a, evangelical church. I've gone to Baptist churches as a young person. My parents went to both. I've been around people in religious exaltation. This was beyond anything I've ever seen. This is real. And then I get the Wiccans and folks sending me emails going, how dare you demonize our religion? They may believe because they're into white magic that it's all good, but you study all these religions, the Aztecs, the Druids, the Romans did it, the Greeks even did human sacrifice, the Babylonians, when the Israelites went wrong, they all did human sacrifice. I mean, this is something that humans societally manifest, and for them to act like, and the atheists to act like, we're making something up and on witch hunts here. This is in anthropology. This is in archaeology. This is in sociology. Vampirism is at all-time highs. I mean, this is something that the human psyche seeks after. So whether it's spiritual or not, and we've had spiritual experiences, you and I, we know it's real, it doesn't matter. As you said, it's manifesting, and now it's coming to a crescendo. So how does this tie into mind control? What is the power structure in the world occult? In fact, let's get into that. You know, we hear about Illuminati. What's its manifestation today? How do the Satanists fit into that hierarchy?
We're talking about the world system, and the world system has been going on for a long time. The system that we see around us was created by these powerful entities, the powerful families. And people have sometimes said, well, like this one person, they sent me a book, well, let's boycott the Illuminati companies. They don't have a clue. The whole system was set up. It was created by these people. We're operating in their system. They are the ones that control the means by where money is created. And so it's not... Yeah, you can step outside of this system. I have tried to do that myself, but the idea of just, well, we're going to boycott this company or that, they don't realize how far-ranging this is.
So isn't that what mind control, Fritz? I mean, to interrupt, and I want you to continue. Isn't that the different layers of mind control, whereas you have actual admitted total CIA mind control slaves and things you and others have exposed? The general public, everybody to a certain extent, is under its influences, where they've created almost a false reality or a artificial enclosure or artificial habitat where, as you're saying, it is their system. And so I see people repeating it. I see myself repeating their nomenclature and systems unconsciously because we were raised up and literally grew from this wicked soil. And it's only through God that we're able to transcend it.
Well said. I am reluctant to speak because you do such a better job.
No, that's baloney. I learned a lot from you, Fritz. Your knowledge is way more advanced in some areas than mine. That's why we all talk to each other. Continue with the hierarchy of the system.
Well, back in the ancient mystery religions, they learned how to control people. There was several pillars to the control. One is they learned hypnosis, which they did in the Egyptian dream temples. They learned drugs, which are, during the Middle Ages, they called witchcraft potions, but it's just drugs or narcotics. They learned how to control people with drugs. And they learned how to control people with torture and combined all of that. And in this century, they have used scientific methods to systematically improve it. What they're able to do is create multiple personality disorder, where they create a front person that they will set up as a pillar of society, and then this pillar of society person, who may be a philanthropist or whatever we want to call him, he will have or she will have hidden sides to them, hidden parts to them, other personalities, if in actuality, and those are going to be controlled by the dark side. So they create a good front. It's like the scripture says, Satan masquerades as an angel of light. So they set themselves up as the pillars of society, and it's really hard to confront what they're doing, because so much of it's done in secret. But this whole thing's beyond one person. It's a system, and when you join the Illuminati, you join because you were born into certain generational satanic